If you have lived anywhere near Cali in the 60s, it would be impossible to imagine the summer sun blazing in the sky without Surfin' USA playing on the radio. Released recently, the Walt Disney Finance documentary, The Beach Boys, perfectly captivates the journey of how three brothers, a cousin, and a friend became one of America's pop music icons and basically became synonymous with California's surf and turf culture back in the decades of rock and roll. Directed by Indiana Jones, producer Frank Marshall, and Thom Zimny, it was exclusively released on Disney Plus on May 24th, 2024, and is nothing short of eye candy for the fans of the band in its own right. The documentary not only features the stars of the band, like the Wilson brothers, Mike Love, and Al Jardine, but also a plethora of 60s icons like Frank Sinatra, Dick Dale, and the Deltones, as well as Don Randi. The titular characters are all voiced by their own selves, which provides a sense of familiarity and reminiscence throughout the hour and 53-minute run. The documentary successfully captures the tumultuous journey of the band as they navigate through financial hardships, personal indifferences, and much more, all to end up as four-time Grammy nominees and recipients of the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. The plot begins with the neighbor of the Wilson brothers, David Marks, introducing them as young lads with a knack for good music. The oldest brother, Brian, along with his cousin, Mike Love, is portrayed as having a particular fondness for pop music, like the Four Freshmen, a classic American music phenomenon. This fondness for music, along with the boy's mother being a musician as well, leads Brian to start a harmony group that performs in their school's assembly. This is what catches the attention of Al Jardine, the soon-to-be fifth member of the band, and he links up with the quartet not too long after. After the Wilsons' parents leave for Mexico City on a business trip, the five of them get together and rent equipment to record their first song called Surfin'. The song gains immense popularity almost immediately due to being laid upon surfing music instrumentals. It skyrockets on the music charts and ranks number 2 on the LA Hot Billboard charts, all within a fortnight. This results in the Beach Boys giving performances, with the first one on New Year's Eve, 1962. After their partnership with the first record label ends and Al leaves the band to finish college, the Beach Boys find themselves lacking both a record label and a guitarist. This is when Carl Wilson's longtime friend and neighbor, David Marks, is taken in to be part of the Beach Boys. After signing a deal with Capitol Records, the band releases more instant hits like Surfin' Safari and Surfin' USA. The music not only resonates with the people of Cali, but also with the people who live in landlocked parts of the states, maybe because the idea of surfing in the roaring ocean on a warm summer day is alien to them. The boys' popularity continues to rise because they're selling the California dream, and so does the touring. But the leader and oldest Wilson brother, Brian, wants to stay home and write new records. So Al Jardine makes a return until life on the road gets too much for the then 15-year-old David Marks. He quits the band after falling out with their manager, Murray Wilson. Now the Beach Boys start writing songs about teenage unrequited love, which only catalyzes their already massive short-term success. This is when Brian Wilson gets super inspired by Phil Spector's production of songs after hearing a Ronettes song. It doesn't take long for Brian and the Beach Boys to end their ties with Capitol Records and start making music on their own. Murray Wilson is also fired from the manager position after over-controlling his sons. As 1964 rolls around, 4 boys from Liverpool, singing under the name of The Beatles, take the rock and roll world by storm, casually topping music charts and appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show, threatening to dethrone the Beach Boys as America's favorite boy band. Brian takes it up a notch now and pushes out track after track in what turns into a race to the top against the Beatles. All of this takes a toll on Brian's health, forcing him to withdraw himself from the touring group of the Beach Boys indefinitely. He hires Phil Spector's musicians, the Wrecking Crew, to join forces with the band, which now splits into 2 groups, one that tours and the other that records music. The empty space on the touring group is filled by the likes of Glenn Campbell and Bruce Johnston. However, it all dies down in the midst of the Vietnam War. The youth is no longer the fun-loving, carefree crowd it used to be, and this causes a major rift in the music world. Brian takes charge of this changing situation by writing and producing songs about mental instability and awareness, only to be dubbed unsellable by Capitol Records. The next album, Pet Sounds, crashes in the American market, but interestingly outruns the Beatles in their home ground, the UK. Back in the US, Capitol re-releases old Beach Boys songs to write off what little popularity the band has left after Murray Wilson sells the rights to the labels for just $700,000. After just one hit single, Good Vibrations, the band falls apart due to internal conflicts and transitions from being the flag bearer of America's cheerful youth to the thing of the past. As in the words of Bruce Johnston, the Beach Boys had become the Beachmen. This documentary highlights the importance of chasing one's dreams while also promoting a message of resilience and perseverance. It also sheds light on the matter of what happens when a dream becomes an unhealthy obsession. This is shown through the character of Murray Wilson, who prioritizes fulfilling his own dream of becoming a successful producer over his son's, which makes them all lose everything they'd earned. At the same time, we can also see how the band reacts to multiple societal wrongs and vices. The filmmakers have only used stock footage as performance material, depicting a perfect portrayal of the American society in the 1960s. The director uses these visuals to maintain viewer retention throughout the 2-hour runtime, while also succeeding in making the viewers connect and relate with the character's state of mind. The constructive criticism provided by music critics from time to time also sets the stage for a what-if scenario inside viewers' heads. The visuals in this documentary are mostly from newspaper clippings, Polaroid-style pictures, as well as vintage images. Mixing grayscale cinematography with a touch of color here and there really amplifies and enhances the look, making it both pleasant and cozy for the viewer. Also a shout out to the VFX team, who did a great job of selling the whole 60s feel by using those restored footage from the team's official camcorders. Since it's a documentary about the Beach Boys, their original music is used, while also featuring other great 60s songs from singers like Frank Sinatra, the Ronettes, the Wrecking Crew, and Fleetwood Mac. Each of the soundtracks used in the documentary complements what is being shown on the screen. For example, Surfin' USA is played when the band becomes a big hit and starts doing international tours, as well as when they reunite all the way in 2023. Similarly, their lesser-known songs are played when the documentary is trying to show that the band did not get much recognition for the material they thought would run great. The documentary plays an emotional ploy on true fans of the band, keeping them glued to their seats till the very end. It received a 7.2 on IMDb and an 84% score on Rotten Tomatoes, and has already grossed over $98.4 million. Ending the movie by showing the reunion of the band was a nice way of garnering a positive audience response. This music-filled, rowdy documentary embodies the rise and fall of one of America's most famous music groups. It left little room for improvement, but one can still feel like they should have given more time to focus on the darker subplots that took place beneath the joyful persona of each member of the group, rather than being so upbeat. Nevertheless, it stands as a solid documentary that even a first-timer who has never heard about the band can watch and get to know about their journey without missing too much. And that's it. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch the latest and exclusive movie reviews. If you have any requests, thoughts, or recommendations for movie reviews, just drop them below in the comments section and we will see you the next time. Peace!